Everyone, my name's Electric Donkey, and today we are once again back on a kind of Donkey's feedback video with series kind of thing we've got going. So it's been, it's been quite a run at the moment of weird games. We've had some basketball type games and whatever else, but today we're doing a good old-fashioned Endless Runner mobile game. Even though it isn't on mobile, it is on Windows. A slight issue, but as you can see here, aimed at mobile, but the buttons are not implemented yet. Don't worry, he's done all this on Android, but forgotten to put the buttons in, so that's why we can't play on Android. But anyway, also I like the fact that there is a nice little safety notice just in case you play it too long and you get sick. So it's got a nice little safety notice. You're reading, beware, the game scrolls too fast, that may get you dizzy. Okay, yeah, that's probably just about English. It is recommended to don't play for too long, more than 10 minutes. Okay. Once again, that's just about English. Note the game doesn't save the high scores yet. Now that's very good English, actually. Anyway, we're not here to assess how good they can do grammar. We're here to assess the actual game. And you look at this. You think it's got a black background. It's using the, everyone's got these Game Maker sprite things in, and it's spelt high score with a H and no hyphen or anything. And it's actually high score with a H. How else do you spell high score? I meant like HI score. And it doesn't look like much, but actually, now I played it a little bit beforehand, and it's actually really addictive, which I guess is what a mobile game is there to do, is to be addictive. Now, for some reason, Adobe's decided that it's got a virus, because that's something that Adobe likes to do. But anyway, here it is. Here's the game itself, and for me, I think the music actually is quite. Is the thing that makes me want to play more. It's also it's quite fast paced. It's quite there's no gap in between each go. It's all very swift and fluid. And after each one, you think, I could fit maybe another one in there. I could do another one. You could hear the music then. It starts to kick in. I'm just gonna. See, I'd like to hear more of that music, to be honest, just to have like maybe a soundtrack or something. I'm just going to quickly turn it down a little bit, actually, there. You've heard the music now. How about the game? Actually, let's turn it off a little bit. Alright, that's better. So, one thing that I'm noticing about the game is I like it and everything, but these three high ones that keep popping up. No, there. You see? I find it physically impossible to get over them. Like, actually physically impossible. For some reason, there's just not the reaction time in there to actually pull one of them off. I mean, I've done it once, I think. But just as a general note, it isn't possible. You can either make it ever so slightly smaller, or you could make it so that it's a bit slower moving across, but I just don't have the time to react there. And even on that one, I'm pretty sure I went and landed just above it. I mean, even if I just keep spamming, let's try that. Let's just keep spamming and see how far. Well, not really very far. See, there is no way. So then it basically falls down to how far I can get without without hitting one of those things. Now, obviously, it is possible because this guy's got a screenshot here of him going in a score of 1,800. So at that point, he's probably going to have gone past one, but I don't really see a way of doing it. Another thing, one of my pet hates, really, about these type of games, especially Game Maker games, for some reason, there's no tutorial at all. And I'm going to be honest, let me just show you what I did when I opened up the game. Okay, so I opened up the game. The first time around I just died instantly. You know, for a few rounds I did. And then I tried to use my WASD keys. I realised that they're not working. So then I tried my space. And my space doesn't work either. So then I tried my my arrow keys and realised that they worked. At which point Avast decided it had a virus and closed it down, so I had to start again. But then, after I knew the controls, there was a weird glitch where at some point I pressed the button but it didn't jump. You know, for a few rounds it didn't jump either. I'm not sure if that was Avast deciding it had a virus, or whatever, but that's what happened now. I don't know. Maybe it was just a glitch. If it is a glitch, it kind of needs to be fixed, but I'd like to test that for yourself and give that a go. But also, what is this little bar on the side? I think it's progress past the last one, perhaps? Oh, no clue. But, I mean, I like the game actually. The game is really quite fun. It's quite addictive. It might not look like much, but it is. It is pretty fun. It's pretty addictive, and it made probably quite a good mobile game. The thing that I don't like is those 3 high ones, because I can never get past them. It's physically impossible, I'm pretty sure, unless you have inhuman reactions. But yeah, you see, I was just watching, waiting for one of them to pop up. And yeah, you see, even if I'm just I'm watching that, like, I'm just watching that right hand side, waiting for it to. That was literally as soon as it came on. That one wasn't as quick. So maybe some responsive issues there, but maybe it's just the fact that I'm a bit slower. See, to me that looked like I just made that, but for some reason it didn't want me to. See, that never hit. Now that's where the Game Maker kind of the square bounding blocks kind of sometimes can fall over, because that was I clearly never touched that, but for some reason the collisions on Game Maker has obviously flagged that up as being a collision. Now let me just demonstrate here. Watch as I run into something. I actually there is quite a big gap in front of me when I actually touch something. You know, not a huge issue, I guess, but it is there. Now I'm just doing something else now, because this is something worth checking with these games, because I'm actually a bad person for doing this as well, and I think it's alright actually, is leaving cheat hotkeys in, so for my games I'll leave in, say, like a P key adds 1 to your HP. Sometimes I'll accidentally leave that in, and then I realise that if anyone just goes along and presses P by accident, they get 1 HP added on, and it's a little bit of a cheat there. So I was just checking that, and I'll do that from all the games from now on, just to check there's no cheat keys, sort of. But anyway, that will be it for this video. If you liked it, just drop a like. My headphones have just fallen off. Like, subscribe, or just do what you guys want to do, and I will talk to you in the next one.